Órale, Cholo Choco, los tres chingones, boxing shots, all the chingones, y chingonas, man. Dispensa, I'm trying to get my thoughts here together, man. I just received some news, but let's go ahead and let's bring in the boxing scientist from Mikey TV, one, Mr. Mike Zavala.
What's up, Ed? Chilling? Everything
What's
good?
going on, homie?
It's a little slow, huh? On boxing, but we got some Canelo news.
So, for one, there you go, man. There you go. I got my Tres Chingones t-shirt on.
Okay.
But two things. One is David will not be with us tonight. He actually has bronchitis, man. So hopefully he could be with us next week. Um, and two, just real quick before we get into boxing, I was doing a live on my other channel, on my Cholo Trucker channel, and I found out while I was doing the live that the legendary Bretton Wood passed away, man.
Mm.
Bretton Wood just musically was a legend, especially in SoCal, man. I mean, his music was all over the place in the 80s, 90s. I mean, his music was legendary, man, and he passed away today at 83 years old. Mike, did you ever listen to Bretton Wood, man?
Yeah, you know what? Oldies is not really my thing, but yeah, Bretton Wood. I'm sure I heard his music, but to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie that. Oh yeah, this is that. But yeah, name me some songs and I'll tell you that's the one I like. But I'm oldies is not really my thing, but I'm still down.
Yeah, yeah, man. He was definitely a legend, but 83 years young, man. What a career. May he rest in peace. So, with that, what's up to Anthony Bravo, JC, Conrad, the heavyweight champ right there, man. Shouts to the box state, Holmes. All right, so it's a little bit slow in boxing with actual fights that are going on, but there's a lot of news to get into. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. Mikey, I mean, I know there's some Canelo news. We'll definitely get into that. But first, I want to go ahead and start, man, with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. So we're all somewhat expecting a rematch, but according to De La Hoya, according to the Golden Boy, Mikey,
Hmm.
that's not happening. He's not interested. Not that Ryan isn't interested, but that Oscar De La Hoya is not interested in the rematch. He pretty much is saying, like, look, he beat the brakes off of Devin Haney. There's no need for a rematch, even though it was ruled a no contest. I want to see the rematch, Mikey. I do. I want to see the rematch. But Oscar's saying, like, no, Charlie. Now, Ryan was supposed to have an exhibition match at the end of December. Their lawyer said, no, I did not approve of that, and it's not going to happen. And guess what? It didn't happen. Mikey, what's going on here, man? Is this rematch happening? Devin Haney, according to Devin Haney, he wants the rematch, but Oscar, he's the one that pulls the strings for Ryan. He's saying no. What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, is there bigger fights for Ryan? I gotta really think about it. But Ryan makes noise, man. He makes noise. No matter who he fights, and maybe there's a bigger fight with more money for Ryan Garcia. And De La Hoya calls the shots. He's this promoter. Like you said, he was gonna have an exhibition fight, and I was excited for that too. I want to see Crazy Ryan back in the ring, but De La Hoya calls the shots. Maybe he has a bigger plan up his sleeve. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully David gets better. Um, Well, here's the thing, Mikey. Here's the thing. De La Hoya has said they're looking at Teofimo Lopez now. Teofimo Lopez looks like he's gonna be fighting Subriel Matias. Should he get past Matias, Teofimo and Ryan, that sells. That sells
Hmm.
huge.
Yeah,
I, you know, I think this hurts Devin more than it does Ryan. How say you?
I mean, yeah. Uh, Devin, who I think Devin is damaged goods. If you really want to break it down, but yeah, I mean, Ryan Garcia is one. He's the golden boy. He's a cash cow of the sport. So him versus Teo, his former teammate. no, his former. He's gonna face his former coach Eddie Reynoso. Now he's with Reynoso and Canelo camp. So that's that. You see that headline right there, that storyline right there, will be intriguing for us boxing fans. So yeah, I think it hurts Haney more.
Yeah, I think it hurts Devin Haney big time, man. I think Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya, I think they're the ones in the driver's seat here. I think they know it's like, hey, you need us. We don't need you. Ryan can go and make money, because he sells. He does sell for whatever reason. Call it what you want. He does sell. Devin Haney, what fight? What fight is there for him that where he's gonna make the big bucks, Mikey? I don't know where he's gonna make the big bucks at, man. Where is he gonna go? Even if he moves up to 147, which there's talks, maybe he might move up to 147. I don't know, but where's the money at for Devin Haney? What fight does anybody is anybody clamoring to see Devin Haney against insert
Yeah,
name? Who?
maybe I got one. Maybe
Okay.
Shakur Stevens, right? That could be a name. In order to beat Shakur, you gotta have hand speed and boxing agility. And according to what I used to see from Devin Haney, he had it. After after he got knocked out by Ryan, I don't even know if he's gonna recover or be the same. He took a beating. So, but if we could go back and it's the old Devin Haney, he could give Shakur Steven a good fight. He's kind of tall. He's 5'7". He's kind of long. No, did he? And yeah, he could give him a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. You know what? If Shakur moves up to 140, maybe. But I'll tell everybody this: you're gonna go to sleep at that fight. Devin
yeah,
Haney, Shakur Stevenson. There's not gonna be a lot of action there, man. There's not gonna be a lot of action. That's what I'm saying, man. I think Oscar De La Hoya knows where it's like you need us. We don't need you, man. Ryan can go and make some fights and make some money elsewhere, but you're not going to be making any money, man, without Ryan Garcia. So I do want to see the rematch. If that sounds silly, it sounds silly, but I am one that does definitely want to see the rematch, man. Uh, I thought Mikey, I thought Haney should have stayed active, man. Why did he yeah, okay, he took a beating. I've seen dudes
mhm.
take worse beatings and then get back into the ring. Why didn't this dude stay active, even if it's against complete nobodies, just to just to keep the blood flowing, man, to keep yourself active? Like, why, Mikey? Why not? Hey, you know what? Ryan, he's out for a year because he has to be out for a year. But why Devin Haney? Why not have at least one fight against a complete nobody?
Yeah. That's something that it could be up to debate. And uh, I think I vouch for a fighter that if he takes a beating like that, I vouch for him to take at least a little like a year, a little bit less than a year off because he took a beating, bro. And if I was his trainer or I was his manager, I will give him some time off. And I know he has to stay busy. You like you that's your style, and you want the fighter to be busy. You want him to fight 4 times. But look what happened to the kid from Tijuana. Look what happened. He fought
Yeah.
4 times, and he got knocked out by a guy with no power. And that's it. His body was indicating, as you can see, that he was tired. He did hit guy. He got hit by Canelo. He got hit by Davidchenko. He got hit. He's been to wars, and maybe your body it does need a rest, Ed.
Okay. No, I'm cool with that. If your body goes through some war, I'm cool with that. You're gonna take a whole year off when the other guy he has to. Look, Devin Haney versus Yoriokis Gamboa.
Yeah, that's
I,
a good
I'm
fight.
I'm talking about okay, yes, Devin Haney, take some time off, let your body rest, let your body heal, and then we're gonna get you in there against a complete nobody just to get you back in the winning bracket where it's like, okay, I got it. I still, I'm back. Now you're looking for your first fight to come back to be against a guy that beat you up like that and Ryan Garcia. Like to me, that's a bad move, dog. That's a bad move either. They should put Haney in there. I would say this month. He should have had a fight lined up this month because Ryan is eligible to come back in April. So I don't know how soon they're looking to do the rematch. According to Oscar de la Hoya, he's saying they're not even looking for the rematch. So that leaves Devin Haney kind of like out hanging to dry to go find some other fights. And maybe he may not be the same, but that's why I'm saying get him in there against a complete loser, man, against a complete bum that you're gonna beat down, dog. Just to get him that confidence back.
Ed, but we seen this movie. We put Jaime Manguia in Tijuana with a complete bum, a 150, 160 pounder that only fought 8 rounds or something. He was an 8 round fighter, and he knocked out Munguia. And they're saying that Munguia could possibly be done. He's done. His body already. It's too many training camps, too many beatings. So, like we said, man, what if he gets hit and gets knocked out by a complete bum? And now he has to take some time off. So that's boxing. Like I said, one shot can end it all. And I used to say, and oh, if he has 70, 60, 70% body knockout percentage, oh, he has no power. He has this is and that. This guy had 12% knockout power percent knockout ratio, and he knocked him out. So what if Haney gets hurt again? What if he gets stopped again? He's completely done. He's done. So that's what I'm
I,
saying.
Okay, no, no, no. You're right, dog, to a certain extent. But I mean, hey, man, Paco Aguilar, El Gao Negro, life's a risk, carnal. I mean, yeah, like. Okay, so we're gonna do the best we can for you to get a victory. But yes, you still have to go in there and get the victory. But yeah, man, if they're talking about like, oh, well, you know what, Devin Haney is not truly the same, so we're gonna put him in there against Ryan because that is the payday. And if we lose, there is no Ryan rematch. So that's the big payday. So we're just gonna wait for Ryan Garcia. Then Devin Haney gonna get pounded out again. And I mean, all right, look, hey man, hopefully this rematch happens. I do want to see it, but Oscar de la Hoya saying Chales, it ain't happening. At least not now. So that's leaving Haney out to dry. So, this can actually backfire, man, because Ryan Garcia could get a couple of tune-up fights, and I don't know what Haney's gonna do. I'm assuming if he sees Ryan getting into the ring against somebody else, I'm assuming Devin Haney's gonna say like, okay, now I got to continue my career. Unless he's just be just waiting to the Ryan Garcia fight, I got no idea. But man, we'll still let me see. Ryan Canelo. Damn, Bruno, that's a lot of mileage in 1 year for Jaime.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 it is. And even though he's young, he does have a lot of fights. He's got over 40 fights. So yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with that, man. I do want to see the rematch. I do want the rematch to happen. So hopefully that rematch happens. But on another note, Mikey, the welterweight division, 147 pounds, we got four champions. We got Montesteniones, we got Boots Ennis, we got Brian Norman Jr., we got Mario Barrios. And it looks like this year they're looking to unify, maybe not all titles together, but looks like they're aiming for some unification matches here, man. So 147 right now, all four belts are all split up. As it looks like it's headed, um, looks like Boots Ennis is looking at a Montesteniones. That would be a pretty decent fight right there. Mario Barrios actually is not looking to unify, but one thing that is on his radar is my boy Connor Ben. If Connor Ben and Mario Barrios go at it, and then
Ooh.
Montesteniones and Boots Ennis go at it, man, we are looking at some damn good fights at 147 that can bring back this weight division, Mikey, because this weight division it lost all its steam, dog. This weight division, 147, at one point was the whole talk of boxing back with the
Oh yeah.
Pacquiao Mayweather days, man. It was a talk of boxing. So they're looking to start unifying some of these titles, man. What's your thoughts on Montesteniones and Boots Ennis?
I mean, I like Montes Toniones. I like his style. He's an inside fighter. He's not a boxer. He's there to go to war with you. Um, I got to check his power, but from the looks at it, he has good power. That's a good fight for Boots Ennis because Boots Ennis has a lot of mistakes, and this guy's going to exploit these mistakes that Boots Ennis does. So I like that fight. I like that fight. That's a good fight. Once upon a time, it was going to be Stanonis versus uh, uh, Virgil Ortiz. That was going to be a banger. So I like it. I like it. Boots, he's hittable and he's down to go to war. So good fight.
Yeah, it is a good fight. I don't think Stenionis is on the level of Boots Ennis though, man. I think Boots Ennis, I don't want to say makes it look easy, but I don't think he struggles too much to. I think it's a pretty decent fight. I think Stenionis gives him a good match, but nonetheless, Boots Ennis comes out with that victory. Mario Barrios against Connor Ben, man, which they're in talks. They are in negotiations, man. And if that fight does happen, um, I mean, I think Connor Ben takes him, dog. I think he destroys Barrios. Barrios is my boy, don't get me wrong, but nah, dog, not against Connor Ben, man. How say you, Mikey?
I mean, Conor Ben's. I like how he fights. I like Barrios. He just had a draw. His last fight was it a draw?
Yeah,
His last fight.
yeah, yeah. It was a draw.
Yeah, he didn't look the best. He was improving, man. He was improving a lot. Styles make fights, Ed. So uh, I I don't know if I say I don't know. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. But yeah, it's hard for Barrios, man.
It's a good fight that Connor Ben's gonna take that victory, and I'm glad. I'm glad. Look, I want Connor Ben to be champion because I do want to see him up against some of these other guys. I would like to see him fight Boots Ennis one day. If Boots decides to stay at 147, then I do want to see Connor Ben versus Boots. I do. I think it's the best matchup you can have at 147, man. Wow, Cholo, no love for Barrios. What's up, Mark? Shout out to Putazos y Pendejadas over there, man, doing their thing, dog. No, I love Barrios, man. I do because the dude's a warrior. But no, not against. He's not an elite fighter, man. Okay, Connor Ben's gonna take him, dog. Here's one. Here's a guy I want to talk to you about, Mikey. All right, that's
Mhm.
Brian Norman Jr. While all these guys, all these other champions are looking to have unification fights, well, at least Boots and Montestoneones are against one another. Barrios is over there entertaining in negotiations with Connor Ben, which is not a unification match, but it's a damn good fight. Brian Norman Jr., Mikey, where's he at, Holmes? This dude isn't doing anything. His dad has been doing a lot talking. He hasn't fought since he beat Giovanni Santillan. I'm not sold on Brian Norman the way a lot of people are. A lot of people are saying like, "Oh yeah, no, he's an elite fighter. He's one of the top dogs at 147. He's one of the champions." Yes, but I don't know how great this dude really is. Yeah, he looked good against I'm sorry, against Giovanni Santillan. That's the only fight anybody knows him from.
Yeah.
Some of his fights, he fought dudes with records that are flipped upside down that had more losses than wins. I don't know how good. Maybe this dude is the greatest welterweight of all time. Maybe we don't know. This dude hasn't fought, Mikey. I'm getting frustrated with this guy. How come there's not more pressure on this dude? When was that fight against Giovanni Santillan? I don't know. It's been a while.
It's been a
And
while.
this dude does not have a fight scheduled. He is not looking to get in the ring. He has overpriced himself off that one win, which made him champion. And I'm not gonna try to bring homeboy down. If you got the title, you get yourself a little bit of push. You get yourself a little bit more weight that you could throw around in negotiations. Yes, but don't be out there, dog, like you're the king of the welterweight division, homie. You beat him. You beat Giovanni Santillan, which nobody really thought he was a great either. So
No.
I don't know, Mikey. What's up? with your boy Brian Norman Jr. Holmes? Talk to us.
Yeah, I like Brian Norman Jr. from the things I've seen, but I need to see more. I need to see more. Yeah, he has good inside game, but I need to see him versus boxes. I need to see him get cut, dropped, everything, whatever. He needs to go through adversity, and we need to see more of him. But yeah, he's trying to get that bag, right? He's trying to get he's priced himself out. I think he was gonna fight Boots once upon a time, something
Yeah,
like that, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he needs to be more active. Inactivity kills a fighter, so he needs to be more active. And I wouldn't mind seeing Stanionis versus Norman, or your boy what's your boy's name? He's gonna fight uh,
Barrios.
no, not Barrios, the other Chaparro. He's gonna fight Barrios.
Oh, Conor Ben.
Yeah, Connor Ben versus Brian Norman. That's a good fight. Styles, bangers. Those are great fights. Can he do it versus Boots? I don't know. I think Boots will give him a boxing lesson, and even Barrios will probably give him some work because Barrios he can box. So, um, but Barrios didn't look so well last fight. So let's not talk about that. But yeah, he needs to fight. He needs to fight, or else it was just a one hit quitter. Giovanni Stayan is the one trick pony. He doesn't have he's just a southpaw, and he did like no, he didn't listen to his corner. No, he needs to show more. Yeah.
Okay, Mikey, why is he looking for one big payday? Is he not looking to stick around? I mean, that's what it looks like, man. Brian Norman, he's over there. Oh, he's looking for a pity. He's looking for pity. Why? I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand. You want to maximize your deal and get as much as you possibly can. I'm not mad at that. But it looks like he's looking for one payday where it's like, okay, are you planning on sticking around? Are you looking for one payday and you're out? Like what's going, why is he pricing himself out of these fights, like almost like he's just looking for one payday so he could sell off into the sunset? Does he not want to stick around? Does he not want to be a boxer? Does he not want to compete at 147? Like, there's no talks, Mikey. There's nothing going on with Brian Norman. I don't know if he's in negotiations for a fight. All the other three champions at 147 are in negotiations right now for some pretty big fights, except for him, dog. Is he going to stick around or is he not, Mikey?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're doing. Who's his promoter? Is it Top Rank? Is he Top Rank?
Um, that's a good question.
Because
I don't know.
Top Rank, yeah,
Somebody let us know who's his promoter.
yeah.
But
So yeah, somebody put Staniones. That's a good fight right there. But yeah, maybe he's
what, a
not that
rematch?
confident, huh?
A rematch with Stanionis?
Oh, he fought Staniones already?
Brian Norman, that's who he beat. That's how he became champion.
Oh no, no, sorry. Norman versus Staniones. Then we could see the hard.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry. I'm
got me
thinking about
confused. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm thinking about Giovanni Santillan.
Giovanni.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's
You're
that's
right. Yeah.
Staniones fight, dude. Like I was saying, with Virgil Ortiz versus Staniones, that was the fight, dude. So I still believe in Staniones, and that fight with Norman would be a great fight. Maybe he's not that confident in himself. He say, man, I want a bag. If I take a loss, I still win. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. But that's great. That's a great concern. Great questions. Like, where is this dude? Where is he?
Okay, Dimitro saying top rank. Okay, so top rank does. Yeah, then I
I don't
don't
get
get
it.
it, dog. There's not even a fight to just keep them busy because
Yeah,
but you know what, Mikey? You know what though, dog? It is working. It is working because people are still considering him, one of the top dogs or one of the elite fighters at 147 right now. And I'm over here saying, like, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. The dude probably is the best welterweight right now, but we don't know. I can't just judge him off one fight. As a matter of
yeah.
fact, I'll ask you this, Mikey. Would you want to see a rematch between him and Giovanni Santillan?
No, no, no. He knocked him out cold. There's no ifs and buts about it. He totally demolished them. Why do I want to see that? Nah, no.
How How about this, Mikey? How about this? How about Alexis Rocha?
Yeah, that's a good fight. But Alexis Rocha needs to finish his breakfast with that draw he had 2 Saturdays ago.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a fight. That's a name, Rocha, and Rocha got a little bit better. I saw some improvement in Rocha. Um, so why not? Why not Rocha? Yeah,
Yeah, man. Nonetheless, look, I don't hate Brian Norman, but I just dog the dude needs to get. He's living off that one win, and that's the only fight that anybody knows him from. And he's just throwing too much weight around. I get it. You got a belt, yeah. Throw a little bit of weight around. Be like, no, I'm a champ. Give me a little bit of a bigger payday. I get that. I understand that. But this dude is, no, he's trying to act like King Tut, homie, and he's not on that
yeah.
level. So, uh, damn all that, man. Uh, Batavi versus Norman Jr. Anybody in the top five? Anybody in the top five? Anybody? Just somebody. Stay busy. Even have just some sort of tomato can, just so people could see you in the ring. It's something. But I think Rocha can beat Gio. He improved. We'll see. We'll see, man. Let's see what Alexis Rocha does. Before we get to Canelo, Mikey, have you been keeping up what's going on with the David versus David fight, with the Benavides versus Morrell fight, and it possibly, which I don't think is going to happen, it possibly on the verge to be canceled due to David Benavides. They're really going at it with each other. Now, it could be all for show. It doesn't look like it, but it could be all for show. But David Benavides, according to Benavides, um, he wants VADA testing, right? And apparently, Morel, his team is saying like, no, Charles, we're not gonna be doing that. And Benavides is like, no, 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 we're doing this. And apparently, I'm going off what he said. Okay, he said he called the PBC, David Benavides, that he
Mhm.
called the PBC and told them that if Morel's team does not agree to mandatory VADA testing, cancel the fight. So I don't know if there's some drama going. It's a pretty good undercard, man. Pitbull Cruz is in the undercard. Um, the rematch between Stephen Fulton versus Brandon Figueroa is in the undercard. But apparently, Benavides is threatening that if Morel's team does not agree to that, that he already contacted the PBC to say cancel the fight. What's your thoughts, Mikey?
Yeah, I kind of heard something like that, but I guess those rumors disappeared because I heard it in Spanish, in the Spanish channels. They were talking
Mm.
about that. Um, I mean, I don't know what to think of it. I don't know what to think. Does David Benavides have the power to cancel a fight? Can he? Can he?
I, I mean, I don't know. Whatever's in the contract. I mean, you can't drag a fighter to the ring. I'm sure there's some sort of penalty if he says like, okay, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna fight. I'm sure he has to pay some sort of fee or penalty or fine or something of that sort. But I don't think the fight's gonna be canceled. We're just a little less than a month away. Um, so hopefully that fight can be made, or hopefully it's already made. Hopefully it happens. I mean, the whole testing thing. Yeah, man. I mean, I do want them to get tested. Here we are. Here we are, so many months later, with Camarón Zepeda, with Golden Boy and Tevin Farmer, which was a badass fight, and Tevin Farmer yelling at the top of the mountains, but nobody would listen to him, saying, "Hey, we never got tested. We were supposed to get tested, and they never tested us." And then that he got word, oh, we're gonna get tested after the fight, and it never happened. And if you
yeah,
guys remember, Zapata versus Tevin Farmer, that was a badass fight. That was a bad. I'm not even really sure Zepeda even won that fight. He got dropped. I'm
Hmm.
not even sure he won that fight. And Tevin Farmer saying we never got tested. Why didn't we not get tested? And I don't really hear anybody talking about it, man. So I don't want anything like that happening with this David versus David fight. So hopefully the testing does happen, man. But the Mexican Conte. Yeah, so
And,
we'll see what's up.
and
Go for it, Mikey.
yeah, just real quick, and you say Morrell doesn't want to get tested. You know what? You know who David Benavidez has, right? The Mexican strength and conditioning coach, and that guy's been known to
Yeah,
cheat. So if I was
right.
Morrell, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's get tested 3 times. I don't trust that dude. What's his name? You know his name, right? Mauricio.
Shoot.
He's a
Uh,
Mexican Conte.
yeah. Which is
He was.
probably why. Which is probably why Benavides is really pushing for drug testing to try to prove to
Mm,
everybody, like, no, we're clean. That's probably why. There it is, memo.
Memo Heredia.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
cheated in the Olympics in for the track stars, the track and field women. Something. I think he got caught in boxing, but he made Marquez look like he was 21 years old versus Pacquiao. He looked like a 168 pounder. Yeah, so yeah, I'll be like, hell yeah, let's test. Shit.
Yeah,
So
that's probably why. Like I said, that's probably why
okay,
Benavides is really pushing for it. He wants to prove that no, we're really clean. We're really super duper duper clean. So, we'll see, man.
yeah.
All right, let's get into some Canelo news, man, because there's a lot. There's a lot to go down.
The undisputed hat. He's gonna go undisputed versus Skull. Oh yeah, let's start yet.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's. There's a lot to unpack right here, man. I feel like we haven't talked about Canelo in a long time, man. Okay. All right. So Canelo said that this month, the month of January, Happy New Year to everyone, man. We made it. We made it to 2025. Congratulations. We all made it through this year, man. He said that this month he's gonna pick his opponent for Cinco de Mayo. All right. Mikey, who do you want to see him fight? Not the rumors or anything, but if you had a matchup, who would you want to see him fight?
At 168 or moving up to
Yeah,
and wait,
no,
where do you want me to pick?
168, 168, 168.
168. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight in Billy. That
Okay.
because the style, it's he's gonna bring it to Canelo, and Canelo could get a knockout because and Billy's there. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing Canelo go undisputed again and get his belt back because they stripped him. The IBF stripped him, so he should fight William Skull. Get a little fight. Don't underestimate him because he's Cuban and these guys can box. Anything could happen, as we can see with Munguia's dumbass in Tijuana. So
Mm,
fight William Skull. Get a nice Tom Petty. What I seen William Skull's all right. So get a nice kickback fight and have a mega fight in September, whatever. But I wouldn't mind seeing them get Skull and get that undisputed, man, and get it back. So, but if I had to pick, the number one fight will be and Billy because of the style. Yeah.
okay. Okay. All right, man. Okay. All right. Let's see. So no love to the Terrence Crawford fight.
Come on, Ed. He's a 147 pounder. Come on, man. He
Okay.
has a
Oh
better.
no.
William Skull has a better chance of winning Canelo, man. Yeah, I'll entertain that fight.
Ooh.
Come on, but he's a 147 pounder. Like he's a little guy. I could break that fight down. Like it's an old man, older fighter. The only way he can beat Canelo is if he outboxes him. So he's gonna be on his bike for 12 rounds. He's freaking
Mm,
38 years old, 39 years old. If we were talking about Terence Crawford at 27, 31, oh, like you know what? Yeah, although he's a smaller fight, but he's gonna get on his bike. This guy's freaking about to hit 40. Like, so he needs to fight a perfect fight and not get hit. And when he's about to be 40 years old, like man, come on. Let's be real.
Okay. All right. All right. Um, the William Skull thing, man. Look, I don't mind if he fights William Skull, but I do not want to see it on one of the two dates, Cinco de Mayo or September. I understand. Oh, two-time unified champion. I get it, man, but not against William Skull, dog. You know, one of the big issues for Canelo right now is that he already cleaned up that division. 168, there is no big fight for him. There's nobody pushing, clamoring for an opponent at 168. I'm talking about 168. I'm not talking about somebody from moving up or somebody moving down. I'm talking about 168 and 168 only. There's no opponent for Canelo. None, man. I mean, Diego Pacheco, he's a kid. He's way too green. Christian and Billy, he's barely starting to get a little bit of, notoriety. And even at that, not really too many people even really know who he is. Um, Canelo beats everybody, dog. There's not really somebody where now here's the way that I would like to see it. All right. I think this is the best bet to go. Okay.
Mhm.
So you got William Skull as champion right now, right? Because Canelo was stripped. All right. Do I want to see Canelo fight William Skull? No, I don't. Yeah, he's Cuban, but he's European Cuban. All right, there's a difference there, man. And I don't, dog, I do not want to see that fight, especially on a Cinco de Mayo or September 16th date, dog. I do not want to see that. If he decides to fight him like next month, okay, cool, fine, so be it. But here's the way I would like to see it go. I would rather want to see William Skull fight Christian and Billy or Diego Pacheco and have one of those guys become champion. Have a Diego Pacheco or a and Billy be champion, have a title defense, and then fight Canelo to unify the straps because that would be a bigger fight, dog. If he chooses William Skull for Cinco de Mayo, I'll be honest, Mikey. I'm not a big fan of this fight that I'm about to say, but I would rather watch Crawford versus Canelo than Canelo versus Crawford. How say you, man? Would you rather watch Skull versus Canelo or Crawford versus Canelo?
Yeah, I mean, if I could shut up stupid Tim Bradley, that guy's annoying. I wouldn't mind seeing uh Canelo versus Crawford if you could knock his ass out. But I think Canelo's gonna fight either Crawford or Skull, and he's gonna move up and get better via. I'm calling it right now. But yeah, let's. I guess if you want to get entertained, and it's gonna be a soap opera behind the scenes and all that, it's gonna be Canelo versus Crawford. Yeah, and Billy.
Y- Uh, yeah, Mark, I get it. The IBF stripped
Yeah,
him, right? And William Skull he's the champ now. Um, So I'm not gonna blame Canelo if he goes after William Skull to unify the straps and yeah, I because there's really no big fight. Look, the biggest fight for Canelo right now is Terrence Crawford. Am I a fan of that fight? Not really, but I mean, there's no other fight, man. He has cleaned out that division. The last two that were there that were interesting are not there anymore. They're both up at 175 and they're going to fight each other. So 168 and 168 alone, there's nobody really. Like I said, Christian and Billy, that's probably the closest. And even at that, Mikey, I'm not even so sure how many people are even that interested in that fight as opposed to a Terrence Crawford fight.
yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, maybe if they fight each other, they find a way to fight each other. Pacheco and Christian Billy, I know they're um, not in the same promotion, but if they find a way to fight each other, the winner then probably could get a little bit more steam under their belt, where it's like, okay, cool, now we can, we could sell this fight a little bit more. I mean, Canelo sells. Don't get me wrong. Canelo definitely sells. It's just the interest in the opponent is not there. So, I mean, shoot, dog. So wait, Mikey, what are you saying? You're saying Canelo's gonna move up to 175?
He wants better be if he wants Bivol. He wants either or. So if Canelo fights Skull or he fights Crawford in May, I know he's gonna get a big fight at 75. He wants to dare to be great, but it has to come with something. So if he fights uh Bivol or better be, he's gonna be undisputed at 175, and Canelo's waiting to take that chance, and he does have the skill to compete. Can he beat him? He lost to Bivol, but he was injured. Give him a second chance, and let's see if he can achieve it. So if he fights Skull and he gets undisputed, and he fights Beterbiev or Bivol, hey, that's he's undisputed 3 times or whatever you want to call it. That's great legacy right there on paper.
Yeah. Hey, Raider, I'm with you to a certain extent. The only thing Canelo has to gain is money,
Yeah.
because that's the biggest money fight for him right now. Um, I mean, he sells. Canelo sells on his own, but that fight will sell more than a Christian and Billy fight, or a William Skull fight. The Crawford fight sells more. Uh, so Mikey, all right. So the winner of Better Biev and Bivol, you're saying that's who Canelo should go after?
I think Canelo will snatch it because he it's the money. It's gonna be whoever wins, right? From David Benavidez and Morrell. I think they're gonna be the number one contenders. But I think Canelo, money talks, and there's more money in that fight. I think Canelo does want to, and people are saying that Canelo does have a chance. He has a better chance versus Better B than he has versus B Bull. Um, so people are saying that Canelo can even beat Better B. But if he fights Skull and he gets his belt, like David said, he said that it's not his fault that the IBF uh made it easy for him to become 2 times undisputed. And yeah, he fought his mandatory whatever, or he fought the weakest champion. He took his belt. But what if he does give us that better be a fight? Why won't we take the fight
Uh,
versus? Because there's no legacy in that fight.
well,
He's not a champion. Or there's more money versus Crawford, I think. Right?
uh, that's interesting. What fight does sell more? What fight does make more money? The Canelo, maybe the Crawford fight, maybe I don't know, man. But why doesn't he fight Benavides? Like Mikey said, there's no title there. So if he wins some titles at 175, then maybe so. Um, but looks like he's after his strap back at one. I don't know, Mikey. I'm not sure if Canelo's is entertaining going back up to 175, man. Dog, I don't know, man. Canelo going up to 175 to fight the winner of Better Biev and Bivol. Man, I don't like his chances, dog. And if it's Better Biev, um,
He is slower now. Better be is about to hit 40. He's gonna be slower. And there's a lot of wear and tear in those Triple G fights. I was watching the Canelo, the first fight, ain't in the second fight, but the first fight, dude, Canelo got tired. There's a lot of wear and tear in fights like that. And Bivol versus Beterbiev, dude, that was a hard fight. Now they're gonna fight again. That's another wear and tear. Training camps and freaking wear and tear in that. And like I said, Beterbiev is about to be 40, and Bivol, there's a lot of wear and tear, man. You're not young forever, so
uh,
yeah,
nah, okay, all right, all right. I get what you're saying, Mikey. I get what you're saying. It's just Canelo is already he's a small dude for 168 already.
Yeah,
So he went up to 175 twice. He went up to fight Crusher Kovalev, which he beat,
he looked
and then
good.
he fought. Yeah, he
He looked
looked
good.
good.
Yeah, he
He
looked good.
did. He looked good. He looked good against Crusher Kovalev, and then
Yeah,
hands down, Bivol beat him. Now you can say that he was injured.
he was injured. Yeah,
Okay. He's still that. Even at that though, Mikey. I mean, he was getting outclassed, outboxed, man. I don't know how much that really had to do with an injury. I'm not saying it had nothing to do with it, but he was just getting outboxed. Bivol just had a longer reach. He was not falling into Canelo's traps. Canelo would get himself into the ropes, try to bring Bivol in so he could catch
yeah.
him. Bivol wasn't having it, man. I, I I mean, how much do you really want to put that into his hand injury?
Um, yeah. Maybe he didn't get a chance to push himself to what is it called, spar? Because that's when you really get in shape. To
Okay.
spar and hit the bags as hard and get in great shape. Maybe he just got in shape running and but you have to hit the bag, the heavy bag. You have to spar to get in boxing shape. And maybe that did take effect on him because he did get surgery a couple fights later. And behind the scenes, they show Canelo when they were putting the gloves on. I'll send it to you. They putting the gloves on and they put so much strap on the side because his left hand was hurt. They had to get another the other glove. They show it behind the scenes, and when Reynoso was putting it, he was like, oh, he was hurting, brother. So
Mm.
I don't I don't know. Yeah, that's a great question. But Ed, don't you want to see a fight where Canelo might lose than a fight with Skull versus this or that? He's gonna win. People, that's the thing that they criticize about Canelo. They already know he's gonna win. But versus Beterbiev versus Bivol, they don't know. They have they're not even giving him a chance to win. Why don't you give him that chance for him to prove that he is great? And if he loses, he lost. He at least he tried.
Okay. No, I look. I'm with you, man. It's better to aim high and come up a little bit short than to aim low and conquer. I'm with you. It looks like the one thing that he wants to do first. At least that's the way it seems, because there is a little negotiations going on with him and William Skull. Is that he wants to unify the straps again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did hear that Raider that Canelo hasn't knocked out anybody since his hand surgery, man. Since he broke his hand, he hasn't knocked out anybody. He's knocked down guys, but he hasn't really knocked out anyone.
Yeah.
Um, uh, man, so who does he pick, Mikey, for Cinco de Mayo? Apparently, he's gonna pick this month. Who does he pick? Who does he fight?
Yeah, I mean, and I'll put it to you like this: and you wanted to sell when you wanted to, if you're in for the selling and for the business of it, Crawford for Cinco de Mayo, and he fights the winner of Bivon Beterbiev in September. If you wanted to sell and people and the boxing fans, and that's how I'll put it. Um, that's how I put it. But Ed, Canelo's career isn't over. If he fights Skull, then he fights Crawford in September, and then he fights the winner of Beterbiev or whatever. Um, but all right, Crawford and Beterbiev or be the winner of Bivol in September. Crawford first. That's how I want it.
Yeah, no, look, okay, I'm with you, Mikey. I'm with you. It's not like his career's over. Obviously, there's more career behind him than there is in front of him. I don't know. I give Canelo what, 2 more years, something like that, maybe three, maybe four. Doesn't I don't know how long he wants to stay. What is he? 34 years old.
He's about to be
So
34. He's 34.
okay, all right. So he's still got maybe 2 more years. Good,
I say
easy
five. I
years.
say five.
Okay. Now you want to push him a little bit further. Gosh, Mikey.
Crawford. Crawford's 39. Better
Yeah,
be it. Uh,
but
yeah,
the difference is, Mikey. The difference is, look how many fights Canelo has. Canelo has 60 plus fights, man. So
yeah,
he has a lot of fights. Now he hasn't taken a lot of damage, but nonetheless, man, all the training camps and all that stuff, he's taking some damage. But all the training camps he's had, yeah, I don't know, man. I would say 2 years. He's got 2 more years, right? So this one next year, and I would say 2027, I would say will probably be his last year. So um Yeah, Mikey, man, I don't want to see the William Skull fight. Look, whoever he decides to fight, I'm gonna watch. I'm sure we're all gonna watch whomever he decides to fight. But you're right, Mikey. There's no competitive fights out there for him unless he moves up to 175. Outside of that, I don't see anybody at 168 who can compete with him. Maybe there's a couple guys that you can bring up that maybe might give him a decent fight, but not where you're gonna be like, ooh, yeah, I don't know if Canelo could get past this guy. No, a Terrence Bud Crawford fight, I think it's silly. I think it's just it's ridiculous. But oh well, I mean that is a big money fight. I think it will sell. Do I want to see it? Nah, I'm not that big of a fan of it. But if it happens, all right. Like you said, Mikey, it will shut up some of these delusional boxing expert analysts like Tim Bradley, who's over there talking about like, oh man, Crawford will beat the brakes off of him. Crawford will beat the brakes off of like dog. Shut up. I mean, no, he won't, man. If it happens, then all right, it happens. But yeah, as of right now, 168, Canelo cleaned it out with the exception of Morel and Benavides, who are no longer in that weight class anymore. And where the weight class stands, Munguia, he beat him. Colum Smith, he beat him and he moved up. Billy Joe Saunders was there. He beat him and now he's retired. That dude got fat. Um, Caleb Plant, he beat him. I mean, there's really nobody left, man. There's nobody really left. So Diego Pacheco, Christian, and Billy need to start making a lot of noise. They need to start making a lot of noise. So hopefully, either in September or next year, they're much more known. I want one of them. I don't want Canelo to fight William Skull and unify
Yeah,
the titles. I want one of them to fight William Skull and become champion
yeah.
and run with that title for a little bit, one or two title defenses, and then you can start building a Canelo versus either Christian and Billy or Diego Pacheco. But they are champions, though. They are champions, and now we're going to unify the title with Canelo and either Pacheco or in Billy, whoever is champion at that time. So, um, but man, him moving up to 175. I mean, look, if it happens, it happens, Mikey. If it happens, Mikey, I want to get your thoughts, man, before we wrap it up. Andre Ward apparently looked like he signed a three-fight deal that he's coming back. What's your thoughts on it, man? There was talks for quite a while, for quite a few years, that Andre Ward should come out of retirement and fight Canelo. What's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I saw that rumor, and supposedly it was fake. Um, shit, that's that. When I heard that, like, shit, that's a good name for Canelo right there. That's another guy that you could throw in the mix. Supposedly, Klitschko, he's trying to make a little comeback because there's money in that. So Andre Ward, the biggest shit talker, the biggest two face, but he is a name. And he used to run the division at 168, if I'm not mistaken, and he was at 175, and he's the biggest Canelo hater and criticism. That's a good name right there. Canelo will put hands on that old man. So I wish that rumor is real, man. But from what I've seen, it was fake. But Andre Ward does stay in shape and he does talk shit. And he said if Canelo says his name, then he's ready to go. But I think that rumor is fake, Ed. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, David brought it up to me. I wasn't really able to find anything on it, but with the exception of what David showed me, Andre Ward, man, he got released by ESPN because he was doing commentary for ESPN. He got released a while back, and I'm not really sure what he's doing to make feria, man. I don't know. Maybe he has businesses outside. I know he started a podcast on YouTube. I don't know how well that's paying him. He does strike me as an intelligent guy who takes care of his money. I'm sure. I mean, I can't guarantee, but just seeing him and the way he is, I'm sure he's invested his money to make him more money. Because he is still fairly young. He's 40 years old. I'm not talking about for a boxer, but he's retired. I don't know how much money he made, but I mean, he retired at 32 years old. So, if he's not doing commentary with ESPN anymore, which he hasn't for a while now, oh, I don't know where he has money coming in, but I'm assuming he's invested his money in a couple of things, man, that is making him money. If not, that's the only reason why I would think he would entertain this to come back and have a few fights, man. And
Yeah.
like I was telling Dave, I think the first two fights would be complete nobodies before he steps in there with Canelo, man. But anyway, nonetheless, man, who do I think Canelo chooses? Um, Honestly, man, I think he either chooses William Skull or Terrence Crawford. I think those are one. I think it's either or of those guys, man. He unifies the titles again, which I don't want him to. I'm saying it. I don't want him to unify the titles again. I want somebody to go beat William Skull and start putting a lot of stock in their name as champion, so we could build some sort of at least semi big match for Canelo, champion versus champion, because William Skull is not the dude, Holmes. William
Yeah.
Skull, he's not the guy. So anyway, Mikey, anything else, bro, before we wrap it up?
Nah, man. Just hope that Andre Ward. Let's see if he does make a little comeback. Like I said, they're trying to bring Klitschko back to throw him in the mix with these heavyweights. I don't even know how old is Klitschko, but yeah, he's been going to the Riyadh season, whatever. I see him in the
Mm.
Middle East, and I heard the announcer saying that he might come back. So anything could happen. Turkey al Sheikh, he's got the money, he's got the bag. So that's another name for Canelo, like I said. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And breaking news is
Wait,
gonna come pretty soon, right? Huh?
hold on, Mikey, hold on. Well, first of all, Raider, I sold it, man. I sold it. I don't know, like 6 months ago. Um, Wait, hold on. What's a big name for Canelo? Klitschko?
No, no. Andre Ward.
Andre Ward. Okay, okay, got you. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I
Hey,
wouldn't mean that fight will sell. Like you said, now that I think of it, he has a 3 fight thing, and he gets 2 tune-ups, and throughout those tune-ups, he's talking shit, and 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 then boom, they make the fight.
hey,
I like it.
hey, Mikey, can Klitschko? I don't know which one. I think probably Vladimir because he's the younger brother. Can he compete in the heavyweight division today?
Oh man, he hasn't been fighting. Well, their style is hug and hit and hug. Yeah, he can compete. They
Okay,
hug and hit, hug. Yeah, why not? But no,
okay.
he hasn't been fighting. But hey, they want him back.
I,
They want him back in
you
the mix.
I think I don't think he could. I think Usyk will put it to him, dog. Um,
Oh yeah.
but I think he may be able to give some other guys a couple of good fights, man. I think he might. I don't know what he's looking to do if he comes back, but I don't think he'll ever be top dog. But I think he might give a couple of guys. I think there's some pretty decent fight. I mean, they're boring, dog. I mean, in all reality, man, the Klitschko brothers were boring to watch.
Yeah.
They somewhat they somewhat killed the heavyweight division after Lennox Lewis. It just and they were
Yeah.
part of it, man, because they were dominant because nobody could beat them, but they were boring. They were boring to watch, man. They were boring to watch, and it was just like, So, I don't know, man. If they come back, yeah, sure. I think there's some big money fights out there, man. If it comes back and fights, I don't know, Anthony Joshua or there's some fights, Deontay Wilder, something
Mhm.
like that. Yeah, I think some of that stuff could sell. So, well, we'll see what happens, man. But anyway, we'll go ahead. We'll call it right there. It's a little bit slow. This month is kind of slow, man. We got Diego Pacheco stepping into the ring. First fight on this side of the world, man. Diego Pacheco will be on the 25th. And just for another quick announcement, I did get in contact. I did cover a fight here on this channel with Jesse Rodriguez fighting against Fernando Vargas Jr. in Long Beach. I did cover it here on this channel. It was on the same date that the Munguia fight happened, the Valdez Navarrete part two happened. So that fight got drowned out. And this kid, I thought he probably beat Vargas Jr. and they gave it to Vargas due to a clash of heads. I got in contact with him. We're setting up an interview because this guy is clamoring for a rematch and he rightfully deserves it. He rightfully deserves it. So hopefully next week I could go ahead and get him on here, man, and we could get that. We could push for that rematch. But anyway, Mikey, big dog, Happy New Year, man. Let's have a great 2025, and we'll be back next Friday, man.
Yeah, you too, brother. Nice to see you. And 2025 is ours. Vámonos.
That is Mike Zambala from Mikey TV, Cholo Truck, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Shout out to a Gran Chingon, David Contreras. Whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing this. We come back and do it again. Catch you guys on next round.